Back in October of 2020, Pikaclicks announced that he would no longer be working on Minecraft Ultimate, but instead be working on a new secret project. Well, 7 months later, and Pikaclicks finally has a new Minecraft tournament. However, you probably have not heard of it before this video. This is due to 2 reasons. First, Pikaclicks partnered this new tournament with Twitch rivals. Well, this is probably a good thing, as not only can the winners of this tournament receive an actual prize, Twitch rivals has barely promoted the event on their Twitter account, at least from what I have seen. The other reason you probably have not heard of it is because, so far, only European countries have been participating, so most of the players have been German and French streamers, who are not well known in the English stream community. However, Pikaclicks' new tournament is coming to North America soon, so I wanted to make this video explain what Pikaclicks' new tournament is, how it works, and who I think are the best teams in the tournament. Let's get right into it. Pikaclicks' new Minecraft tournament is called the MineDraft. Now, you may be thinking that is a stupid name, and it is, but it doesn't make sense. How the MineDraft works is that there are 40 different players and 8 of them are team captains. From what I have seen, the captains are usually the biggest players in the event that know how to PvP. For example, some of the captains for MineDraft France were Guep, the Ghoul84, and Etoiles, 3 popular French streamers that all play a lot of Minecraft PvP. All of the 32 other players are organized into groups of 8 based on how much experience they have playing Minecraft. Then, the team captains draft one person from each group onto their team in a snake draft format to form teams of 5. When choosing players, the group with the second best players is chosen from first, next the third best players, then the worst players, and then the group with the best players is chosen from last. Ideally, this leads to the most balanced teams possible, although there have been some flaws in the system. In MineDraft France, a player from the worst group had to drop out, and due to lack of substitutes, they were replaced by a streamer named MXRWZN Dude. This is a problem because, while I'm not exactly sure how good a PvP that streamer is, I did look him up, and he used to be number 2 on PvPGym's Build UHC leaderboards, so he certainly did not fit in with the worst players. Now that I have explained how the teams work, I can explain the actual gameplay of the tournament. It is a 5 vs 5 team deathmatch style tournament played on 1.8. 2 teams spawn on opposite sides of a map, and when the round starts, PvP is enabled. The first team to kill all players on the opposing team wins. You cannot respawn, and you cannot regenerate health naturally. Each round lasts 7 minutes and 30 seconds, and if there are still players in each of the 2 teams left when it is over, then the team with the most players wins. If both teams have equal players when the game ends, whichever team dealt the most damage wins. Each game is a best of 5, so each game lasts 3 to 5 rounds. As for the format of the tournament, the 8 teams are divided into 2 groups of 4, and the teams play everyone in their group for a total of 3 games played by each team. After this, the top 2 teams in each group move on to the championship bracket, while the bottom 2 teams from each group move on to the consolidation bracket. From there, they have the semifinals for the tournament, and the winner of each game moves on to the finals, where they play to win the tournament. In total, most teams play 4 or 5 games depending on if they win their first game while in the bracket. The winner and second place teams of the championship bracket get to move on to the next MineDraft event. In this case, it will be the first MineDraft finals on June 8th. Now, you may be wondering what items the players get to fight with. Before each round starts, all of the players can choose from one of 4 kits. As the rounds go on, these kits will progress in strength. For example, in between rounds 2 and 3, your kit might switch from using an iron sword to a diamond sword. However, no matter what kit you choose, you will always receive 2 golden apples, 16 blocks, and a leather helmet. These items stay consistent throughout the whole tournament. Anyway, the 4 kits you can choose from are Swordsman, Archer, Healer, and Flame Master, and I'll explain each one in detail. Just skip to the time on screen if you do not want to hear me describe them, as the name alone should give you a rough idea of the kit. First we have the Swordsman, which is like an average PvP kit. It gives you full unenchanted iron armor and sword at first, and that later improves to a sharpness 3 diamond sword and protection 4 iron armor, along with a protection 4 diamond chestplate. It also gets around 10 arrows with an unenchanted bow each round. The Archer is pretty self-explanatory. It starts out with an unenchanted stone sword and full chain armor, but later improves to a sharpness 4 stone sword and full iron armor with diamond boots. The armor is half enchanted with protection 5 and half enchanted with projectile protection 5. The Archer easily has the best bow in the game, starting with way more arrows than any other kit even in round 1, and they go from using a power 1 bow to a power 6 infinity 1 bow. The Healer is probably the weirdest kit in the game. They start off with a wood sword and full iron armor of diamond boots, and the armor has some small level of protection on them. This strengthens into a sharpness 4 wood sword, and full protection 5 diamond armor except for an iron chestplate. However, while they have the weakest melee weapon in the game, they also receive some instant health 1 splash potions, that evolve into Instant Health 2 Splash Potions and a Regeneration 2 Splash Potion by round 5. They also have the ability to heal anybody on their team for 5 hearts, and this ability has a cooldown of 15 seconds. The last kit is the Flame Master. They start out with full gold armor, and the chestplate is enchanted with Protection 4, the leggings and boots are enchanted with Fire Protection 2. This evolves into full iron armor with Fire Protection 5, and diamond leggings with Protection 7. They also get a gold sword with Fire Aspect 1, which evolves into a Sharpness 5 Fire Aspect 2 gold sword. They also get a Flint and Steel that progressively gains more durability each round, and a Flame 1 bow that starts with 3 arrows and goes up to 8 arrows. Before I go over some of the major teams that I've played in the MineDraft, did you know that 92% of people who watch my videos are not subscribed? That number is bigger than a beluga whale. If you made it this far, you probably are enjoying this video and believe it is interesting, so why not subscribe so you can see my other equally interesting videos. Now let's get back to the video. Now that I have fully explained the tournament and get into the actual teams, I will only be covering teams that have gotten into the MineDraft finals, as all of the other teams are not relevant anymore. From Germany, we have winning team Witch Tiger, SparkofPhoenix, Tim Jacken, Let's Hugo, and Pretty, along with second place team Austrian Gaming, Fix, JB Mingroer, Bonetrousle, and XL Relaxo. From the UK, we have winning team RoastedJames, InTheLittleWood, Gitterwood, Bruhlie, and Pedguin. We also have second place team CPK, Mr. Beardstone, Sips, Bigus, Benis, and Fulham. And from France, we have winning team The Ghoul 84, Mathox, Bartax, MXRWZ and Dude, and LZ Tommy. We also have second place team Aypierre, Jimmy Boy, Ica, Redtox, and Bichard. It is worth noting that these are not all the teams I'll be playing in the MineDraft finals, as there is still going to be a Spain MineDraft first. They also might include teams from the North America MineDraft, but I doubt it, considering if you pulled the top 2 teams from all 4 of the European MineDrafts, you would have 8 teams, which is the same number as all the other tournaments so far. Or if you pull teams from North America, you would either have to cut some teams to make room for the American teams, or figure out a new system using more than 8 teams. While we do not know all the teams that will be in the MineDraft finals, I think I already have a good idea on which team will win, assuming that the gameplay of the tournament is the same. I doubt that any of the teams that got second place will win, just because they are not able to win their original tournament. I also do not think RoastedJames team will win. This is because I think that Witch Tiger and the Ghoul 84 teams have better players, and not just a little better. When you compare RoastedJames team to the other teams, it seems absurd. James has himself, 3 members of the Yogscast, and a non-Minecraft streamer. In contrast, the Ghouls team has 4 PvPers and 1 SMP streamer, while Witch Tiger's team has 3 PvPers, 1 Redstoner, and 1 non-Minecraft streamer. Those teams are objectively much better at PvP than RoastedJames team, because they actually have more than 1 person who plays PvP. As for who is better between Witch Tiger and the Ghoul, it is a toss-up. I know I just said that the Ghoul has more PvPers than Witch Tiger, but I think Witch Tiger's PvPers are better than the Ghouls. Plus, I was watching Witch Tiger when he won the Germany MineDraft, and SparkofPhoenix and Tim Jacken, the 2 non-PvPers, were pulling their weight for the team. As for how entertaining the tournament actually is, I think it is pretty fun to watch. In the first MineDraft, the players got 64 blocks instead of 16 blocks, which made camping a lot easier, but they have since limited the amount of blocks each person has, which makes games faster and more aggressive. I really hope that MineDraft eventually turns into an actual game on the server that you can play with some friends, as there are not very many team deathmatch game modes in Minecraft that I know about that are as simple as this. I think that covers it for this video. If you liked this video, make sure you like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.